Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome to Lunar Integration. I am so excited to have you in my space. I'm so happy that you registered and you are going to have an epic experience. I know that you're going to love it and that so much is going to shift for you over the next few weeks. So we are just coming off of the full moon, and this full moon especially, I don't know when you are watching this video, you could be watching it with me right now at the present moment, coming off of this full moon today, or you could be watching it next month or even a year from now and coming off of that full moon high. And it truly is a high, isn't it, at the full moon? It is the height of the cycle. It is the ultimate boiling point. It's that tipping point where everything bubbles up to the surface. Everything is coming up to the surface to be cleared, to be washed away. So what happens during the full moon is, it's the full moon, I like to think of it like a spotlight. And it shines down on us. And it brings things up and out of us. So you've probably heard people say during the full moon, people go wacko. Like, in the full moon, people just go crazy. And they do. If they already are. If they already have that crazy inside of them. And look, we all have pieces of that crazy inside of us. There's none of us that are free from this. If you believe, like I do, that we are fully connected as one, then we all have the same thoughts. We all have the same problems. We all have the same fears. Or we've dealt with them at one point in time in our human experience, at one point in time in our human life. We've all dealt with this. So you're never alone in that. And I want you to know right now, before we begin this integration, before we start this transformation, this shedding, this rebirth, because that is what's going to happen. You are going to be born again. And before we do that, before you can be born again, there's one thing that has to happen that I'm going to ask you to do for me. And that is forgive yourself. I need you to forgive yourself. I want you right now to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through the mouth as you roll your shoulders up towards your ears and back down. And I want you to know that we are all human. And that any time in the past that you've hurt yourself, you've hurt somebody else, times that you've had emotional breakdowns that you feel shame over, embarrassing moments, things that didn't work out for you, things that happened, mistakes that you made, choices that you made that hurt you, choices that you made that still haunt you. Let's be honest. Do you think about these mistakes before you go to bed at night? Does it keep you up at night? Right here, right now, with the waning moon, just under the waning light of the near full moon, I want to declare right here, right now, that as the moon wanes, as the light falls away, so will your shame, so will your guilt, and so will your pain. Right here, right now, forgive yourself. Right here, right now, let it all go. Right here, right now, promise yourself that you won't look back, that you won't feel that shame, that you're going to let it all go and you're going to forgive yourself. And in doing that, over the next few weeks, you're going to forgive others for around you too. You're going to step back into emotional empowerment, and you won't hold any grudges over anybody anymore, because at the end of the day, the grudges and the anger that we hold in our hearts for other people hurt us. The anger that we hold in our hearts for other people hurts us. Nobody else. When we're angry, it puts our body into fight or flight. When we're angry, it really hurts us. in so many ways. So let go. And that's what we're going to do. So I want you to tap into, so right now, so when it's the full moon, it's like that spotlight. And it's going to bubble things up to the surface. And that's a really good thing. That's a great thing. And here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to try to be perfect. I don't want you to try to push it down and say, no, I'm positive, I'm happy, I'm not angry. Try to suffocate it. Suffocating it is the last thing that you want to do. Suffocating it may be what you've been doing your entire life. Suffocating it may be what you've been doing since you were very young. Since your parents were afraid of your emotions and didn't understand theirs. Since their grandparents told them to just get over it when people they loved died and they didn't know how to process it. I fully believe and wish that when I was a kid that there was a class like emotional empowerment and energy, like how to understand how our emotions are the biggest power that we have. And we need to learn how to yield that power because we hold it right in our hands. And we have the power of God in our hands. So wherever you are right now, whoever you are watching this right here, right now, it doesn't matter what your belief system is. It doesn't matter what you choose to believe. It doesn't matter if you believe in God, if you're Jewish, if you're Christian. It doesn't matter. All concepts are fully accepted in this space. All belief systems are fully accepted in this space. Maybe it is just nature and the universe that you believe in. And all of that is fine, and all of that is good. And I believe that we hold that inside of our hands, that I believe that God is not like the one man up in the clouds or the one woman who is like, and that can be for you, and you're coming up to heaven, but oh, not you. I don't believe that. I believe that we are all God within, that God is the universe all together as one, and that we are mighty powerful reflections of that universe. And we create what we see inside of our universe. So this is very much shifting away from the scarcity mindset, from the fear that we've experienced in our lives before, from the things that we've done to protect ourselves in the past, moving away from all of that and stepping into the world of being the creator. I want you to take a step back and start to just float like an observer through your life. But before you're going to float and be that observer and change anything, I need you to uproot whatever it is inside of your heart, inside of your body, inside of your mind, inside of every cell of your being. I need you to uproot whatever it is that has been suppressed. I need you to uproot whatever it is that has been repressed. And this is the perfect time to do it. I'm willing to bet that just after this full moon, it's literally this morning I was looking out my window and it was just a sliver off the side of that beautiful, bright full moon. And I could feel that space opening up. I could feel things being released from within me. And I guarantee that you can feel it too. So there's probably been things over the last few days that have uprooted in your life that maybe you didn't want to look at. You didn't want to look at it. And you may have done what the old you or the current you that we are honoring right now, right? We're honoring the current you. And right now, for this week, I don't want you to worry about making any changes, about doing anything necessarily different. I want you to, so two things. Sit down with your journal and a piece of paper. You can do this in one session, like every day for like 10 minutes, or you can do it as you need. You know it. So when something comes up that doesn't feel good for you, that puts you into that environment, that makes you feel unsafe, that makes you feel sick, that makes you feel scared, that makes you think all those things that come up, like, I'm not safe, something bad is happening. It could be about anything in your life. You could be like just going to work, you're feeling those feelings. It could be about parenting and you're juggling so many things, and all these feelings are coming up, these scared vibes. And you know those vibes, right? It's constricted. It's in your body. You might notice your physiology literally changes. There's the tightness in your chest, the tightness in your lower back. It might be in your stomach. I want you to just start to watch for these moments when you get that feeling that comes up. It could start from a thought, or it could start from an emotion, and then it could bring the thought. So I want you to observe, where's the emotion coming from? Is it coming from my head? Is it coming from my body? Where does it start? Write that down. So that's step one. The next step is to stop and think about it. Put a light on that thought or that feeling, whatever it was, that place in your body, wherever it came from, and just start to put a light on it. And then write down what the thought was, or write down what it felt like if it came from the body first. Generally, things that have been programmed in us for a long time will come arising out of your body because it's been programmed into your body. Like probably from before you were born, you've been programmed to believe you are certain things. And if you believe in past lifetimes, which I 100,000 billion% do, and here's why quickly. I'm totally getting off track, but this is so important because lifetimes. We are infinite beings. Why is that? It's not just magic or spirituality. It's literally the fucking fact. Okay? So listen. All this scarcity, all this bullshit, like we're gonna run out of water, we're gonna run out of resources, there's not enough money, there's not enough water, it's all very scary. No, right here, right now, let's break this belief amongst the viewers watching this video. Let's break this belief, universe, the moon, the full moon, let me break these beliefs around who we are and what we are capable of. And let's break these beliefs that are rooted in fear. Let's wash those beliefs away. We will wash those beliefs away, and that's exactly what we are going to do because, there's 2/3 water on this planet. The planet is 2/3 water. It's a scientific fact. It's 2/3 water. And you know what else is science? There is no new water, honey. There's no new water. That's it. What's us? And what is our body? Scientifically, if any of you watching, I feel like probably a lot of you watching are either like already studying about the human body, the human mind, the human life on some level, and you like shit like this. Obviously, that's why you're here, taking this program. Okay, our body's 2/3 water, just like Earth. And water is a renewable resource. There's no new water on Earth. It's been renewed again and again. And again, it just goes on, and it's self-purifying, it's self-reserving. Our body is 2/3 water, and there's no new water. And then what is it that comes in and animates this, right? That animates this presence. It's energy, it's emotion, it's animation. There's no new energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy goes on and on and on. And on. It never stops. It just travels. It moves. It changes. It shifts. It shifts the way that it looks. Energy is like a shift changer. Is that what you call them? Anyways, and then our skin and our bone. Where you're like, no, but Linnea, my organs can break and my bones will break, and okay, yeah. And guess what your bones are made out of? Your bones look like they're solid, and you appear to the mind's eye like you are this solid. But you are not breakable. Your organs are all made out of the same mineral composition that you find in soil, that you find in earth. And those minerals are what we use to grow new things inside, in the dirt. My friend, that is you. My friend, that is you. The problem that happens, and that has happened, is that we stop connecting with that part of ourselves. When we stop connecting and communicating with nature as it exists all around, inside and outside of us, we stop communicating with ourselves. With ourselves. Our cells, the cause of aging, the cause of disease, is a lack of communication. A lack of communication between our cells, our hormones, our organs, our body systems, a lack of communication between our mind, our body, our energy, a lack of communication between our inner selves, our own relationship, our inner dynamics. We are a reflection of Earth. Earth has changes. Earth has seasons. We are a reflection of those changes and seasons. And when we can reconnect with that nature, when we reconnect with the cycles that nature goes through, we mimic nature through the actions that we take with our nutrition, with our fitness, and with how we take care of our bodies. And we let go of these beliefs that create this physical pain, this physical tension. Then we can start to communicate again. And that's why integrative wellness is so important. Because we take all of these things happening around us and inside of our lives that have caused us to disconnect. We take the energy stagnation that causes our cells to not be able to communicate, the emotion that we've repressed. We let it come through us and move through us so that we can let it go and create new space for the emotions that we want to start programming our body in. So going back to what I was talking about before I went on this tangent, as past lives, our bodies are programmed, some of us, with these emotions, with this belief system, with this paradigm, let's call it. What is a paradigm? Your paradigm is the way that you see the world around you. Your paradigm is the way that you see things, that things happen for you. Your paradigm is what you attract, and you are in control of that paradigm. You are the one that can create and deprogram the paradigm that you're in now to recreate any life that you choose. It's fucking bullshit that you can't choose your life, that you can't create your life, and that your imagination isn't the most powerful thing that you have, and that you can make your dreams come true, right? Our parents may have had beliefs from their parents that dreams were ridiculous, that thinking that you could change life was ridiculous. Oh my gosh, my nose is running. It's so cold. It's that's why I'm wearing my cozies. Anyways, so off track. It's not true. It's just not true, right? Dreams can come true. We are the creators of our world, and yes, scarcity was a very real thing at one point, because we didn't, as humans, we weren't ready for our own power. We didn't understand our role as creators. We didn't understand the metaphysics of how the world works. We didn't understand the metaphysics of energy. We didn't understand the metaphysics of our mind and how we bring things into the world. And now we do. So I study neurolinguistic programming and hypnosis, and neurolinguistic programming is all about the study of the subconscious mind. We have the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So right now, 95% of your reality is controlled by your subconscious beliefs, your blueprint, whatever is deeply embedded in you. And this could be from before. It could be from lifetimes ago. You could have had a lifetime where you experienced a tragedy, and when you were born, you were already like imprinted energetically with that tragedy. That's karma. Karma isn't something that happens to you because you did something bad and then you're going to get it. Karma is something that occurs because we've energetically chosen that path, and then we become embedded with that energetic blueprint, and it starts to be what we attract into our lives. So that's why I asked you, where is this uncomfortable feeling, this uncomfortable thought arising from? If it's arising out of the body, then it's probably something that's lived with you since childhood. Probably something that is totally and fully embedded in your physiology. It is you. Your subconscious mind is like a robot, and whatever it's programmed with, it like fights tooth and nail to create, to maintain, to be true. And it always constantly searches for evidence. So let's say you have a belief about, what can I say here? What's it good? Let's say you have a belief about men. This is such a good one because in my family, I started to notice that all the women in my family, when they talk about men, they have this tone, this energy behind the word men. Those men. I'm trying to be like my guardian. Those men. They always go to the bar. We have to be at home and doing all the work. And he gets to do this. Those men, they're such, all they do is drink. And those men. So there's an energy about men. And this is probably from a belief system, something that happened where, for whatever reason, you have a deep-seated fear, belief about men. So if you have that fear, I'm not saying that you do, but if a person has a fear, let's say a man cheated on you, and then your subconscious mind takes that in and it says, okay, there's no emotion involved with the subconscious mind. It's all facts. It's like, okay, so this person hurt me in this way. This felt uncomfortable in my body. This was not an emotion that created a harmonious, healthy environment. This created an unsafe feeling. So how can we protect ourselves then against that feeling from happening again? So the subconscious creates a program, sends it out to all the cells, sends it out to your body, and it's like, men are dangerous, relationships are scary, do anything you can to avoid this. But consciously, you're like, oh, I think I want to forgive, and I have forgiven, and I'm going to move on, I'm going to find a new relationship, I'm going to find a new man. And then you find a new man, and all of a sudden, like, you consciously, you're like, I want to trust him, I want to be in love, I do love him, I think I love him, I think I can trust him. But subconsciously, your mind is searching for the evidence to prove what you already believe to be true. So if you already believe that men are bad, subconsciously, because you've been cheated on, or your mom was cheated on, or you saw something on TV once as a child, it could be that too. If you have this subconscious belief that men are bad, you're going to find that in him. You could find something, you could find a message that's between him and another girl, and it could be totally 100% innocent, but because you already have that presupposition, that pre-assumption, that belief subconsciously that he is a man and men are this way, then that's what you're going to find, that's what you're going to see, that's what you're going to create, is your belief system that creates what you see, not what other people do. So it's really, really important to step out of that victim role. And it can be a hard transition at first, and that's something we're going to go through over the next few weeks. So you'll find that at the end, you'll be just looking at your relationship so much different. And other people around you don't have to change. Nothing in your life has to change. That's something I want you to remember, is that everything in your life, the way that it looks outside of you right now, nothing has to change. Everything that you need to change can be done like that from within. It's not going to take you 3 months necessarily, right? Like, yes, there's a time, there's a process. There is this shedding process, this rebirth of you, of the real you. This shedding process. But honestly, at the end of the 5 weeks, you're going to already be stepping into this rebirth with so much clarity, and then all you're going to do is use this process again and again, as many times as you need, each and every month with the moon, and just loving it, enjoying it, and having fun. Just make it a part of your life where it's just this fun thing that you do, and it really does make it so much more magical to get in touch with the moon, to align and recommunicate with nature. So this week, with the waning moon, until I come back to you with your second training, I want you to focus on uprooting those suppressions, uprooting stagnant energy. And this, with the full moon spotlight, is the perfect time to go ahead and do that, because you've probably been noticing over the past few days that your emotions have been heightened, that certain things have been coming to fruition, certain things have happened, things have been coming up that you don't like. So going back to the instructions that I was giving earlier, when those things happen, come to your notebook. Where is the feeling coming out of it? Step 1. Is it the feeling uprooting from your body or mind? Write it down. Is it a thought that comes and then a feeling, or a feeling and then a thought? Just write it down. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter where it's coming from, because there's going to be both, right? You're going to have those deeply embedded wounds, those traumas that are causing you pain still in your life. Or there's this sort of like circle web of energy of thoughts that circle around you, and they could come out from there, could come out from here, and just you could be pulling out a fresh thought, fresh fear, it could be anything, right? That's not embedded in you yet, but you're pulling in that new thought into your reality. And then that's a lot quicker to deal with, because if you're pulling in a new thought into your reality, then you can quickly say, okay, I don't believe in this. I can quickly write down, like what was that? Or even just in my head, quickly do the opposite thought, right? Quickly work with the opposite thought. So when a thought comes and it starts in your head, you can see it and you can feel it. It's going to be like all the garbage, the bullshit thoughts that you don't need that are circling around you. Like if you're here listening to me right now, you believe in quantum energy, in the quantum field. You believe that there's this sort of like consciousness that we're all a part of and everything's connected. So there's all this bullshit like that can be around you. So you'll notice when you think a thought, if it comes from like the right or the left, and it's like coming from all this noise and this jargon around you, if the thought doesn't come from here, push it away. Close your eyes when you have that thought and imagine yourself floating up away from it. Imagine the thought getting smaller, and whatever you do, if you create a picture to go with that thought. So let's say the thought comes in and it's like, this isn't going to work for me. Nothing else ever has. Nothing will work for you. And say, oh, that thought comes. And then you're like, oh, okay, interesting. That's an interesting thought, right? Like, but what if it could work for me? What if it will work for me? Why can't it work for me? If it worked for someone else, it's going to work for me. This works for me. Thank you very much. No, thank you. And create a picture to go with that thought. So then start envisioning it working for you. Start proving that thought wrong. Start imagining the opposite. But whatever you do when that shitty thought comes in, you are keeping the mind clear. You're not creating any pictures to go with that. You're certainly not attaching an emotion to it, because that's how you got in this mess in the first place, is because you didn't know that you were creating a monster within you by attaching all this emotion, and your body physiologically adapts, builds like an army. So what we're going to work with specifically this week are those emotions that are uprooting from the body, those emotions that are coming out of your body. Those emotions, those beliefs, those thoughts that have been embedded in you. It's like your army is going to protect you against this shit by keeping what you know to be true. And you can't change it consciously because it's embedded in your subconscious body. It's your body. It's your nervous system. It's your hormones. It's your muscles. It's everything all working together to support this belief system, to support this army, to keep you safe and keep things the way that they currently are. And that's not going to work. So let's just take a deep breath here. Rolling the shoulders up towards the ears and then bringing them down. Letting out a deep breath and then bringing the arms up, up, up above you and keeping those shoulders away from the ears so that you really can like move your head and your neck's all relaxed. I want you to just bring that energy down through your midline into your heart center. Take a deep breath in and hold your hands over your heart as you breathe into your body. And I want you to just imagine that you're breathing all this air and this space into your body. And I want you to say to yourself and repeat after me now. Mother Moon, clear from me what I no longer need. Clear from me what I no longer need. Shine the light upon the parts of me that I need to let be. I give you permission to take from me the parts of me that need to let me be. Cleanse from me what isn't mine. And so it is. So here's the thing. As we go through this process, it is not just me teaching you these tools. It is the universe that is going to, and the moon, Mother Moon, Father Sun, Father Sky, Mother Earth. They are standing with you through this co-creative process. And magical things will happen. I don't want you to think that this is 100% magic. There is your side, right? And it's not that you have to work so hard. It's in fact that you have your part in this is to relax. Your part in this is to let go. Your part in this is to just be. Just relax. Okay. So what you're going to do, what your part in this is to tap into those feelings. So where in your body do you feel the tightness? And we're going to do that right now. And I want you to start to purge anything that comes up. And there's a specific way that I'm going to have you communicate to your body and ask it to release any repressed memory and any suppressed energy and any stagnancy. You're going to purge whatever you need to learn from those experiences. You're going to brain dump. You're going to dump. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes when I go through the waning moon process, it's not just my mind that starts to dump. It's not just the emotions. It's like literally my body starts doing weird things. Like my body, one waning moon, I got really sick. I was throwing up and vomiting and on the toilet. I'm not saying that that's going to happen to you. I'm just telling you that this process right now, I don't want it to look pretty for you right now. Right now, is we're going to get into the nitty gritty. When an emotion comes up and you feel anger, when you feel that sadness or whatever it is that comes up in your body, I want you to let it come up and let it come out. So whatever you have to do, let it out. Keep it contained so that it's safe and it's not harming anybody around you. So my favorite way to let out anger is a shower or a bath. I like to go in the shower and let out a scream or a stomp or throw my arms and do a quiet scream. You can do a super loud scream if you have somewhere where you can go to just scream, go outside in nature and just scream. And if it's sadness that you have, if it's fear, if it's any of those other low emotions that you experience, sob it out. You might spend the next few days crying. But whatever you do, I want you to bring it all up. I want you to let it all out. And so once you feel the emotion, let's say anger comes up, you scream it out, you're going to stomp it out, you're going to go, you're going to pump your fists of fury, right? Like you literally might want to do that. Like you are going to figure it out for yourself what you desire to do, and it's going to be so clear to you. So, but whatever you have to do, let the emotion go through you. Cry it out, scream it out, whatever it is. Let it come out, let it come up, let it come up. And when you're done, it could be 3 days of crying. It could be 3 days of feeling like you are angry. When it's done and you have that clarity around the thoughts, then I want you to purge the thoughts. So you're going to start writing down. What was that you just thought? What was it where is that coming from? What's the belief there? What's the command? So the tool that this is, and it's a tool that I learned from my mentor, Sarah Delane, that I've taken and changed and made it a little bit my own. But this tool is so profound and very amazing, and it's going to help you clear out all of the commands, the subconscious commands, the limiting commands, the toxic commands. So your subconscious mind takes commands from your subconscious blueprint and from the things that it thinks and from thoughts. So when you get this feeling, when an emotion comes up, I want you to close your eyes, feel into the emotion, let it ride through you. Then I want you to take a deep breath whenever you can and go to the part of your body where that emotion came from or where you feel it most. For me, when I first did this, it was in my heart. I had this pulling on my heart like someone, like a hand literally squeezing my heart, right? Did not feel good. It could be your stomach, it could be your liver, it could be your back. You feel it probably like a gripping, like a hand, and I want you to just breathe into that space. And I want you to say, what is it that I can learn from you? What is it? What is your purpose here? What is your purpose here? And as you ask yourself, what is your purpose? I want you to write down the first thought you have. So for me, it was like, you are so stupid. And it was like, when I tapped into where this tightness is, this voice started coming out. When I asked, what are you here for? What is the purpose of this? What can you teach me? You are so stupid. You are not capable. Men are scary. Relationships will hurt you. And these it started to speak to me, and it will start to speak to you as well. So tap into that tension, tap into that tightness, tap into that pain. Where is it on the body? Close your eyes. Take your eyes up towards your forehead. Take a deep breath. Touch into that pain point, wherever it is. Ask it, what is your purpose? And it will tell you, it will say a thought. And then I want you to keep asking for the purpose of, for the purpose of, for the purpose of, until you don't hear any more thoughts come up. And keep writing it down. Keep writing all these commands that you hear. And you're going to write down all of the thoughts that come out that make you feel shitty. The thoughts that you damn well know aren't serving you. The thoughts that you know are like spinning in your head every day, and you're like, oh my God, like, right? You know, start pulling those out, pulling them up from the body, and writing them down. What is it? Just write it exactly how it is. Just write it exactly how it is. And then, after the few days that you've spent doing this, purging, feeling, getting into there with the nitty-gritty, facing yourself, the parts of you that you probably have been scared to look at, right? It's not scary. It's not scary. We're just going to have a look. And remember that we all have these dark pieces of ourselves that we have to purge. It's not just you, right? It's all of us. So you're not alone. And keep yourself in a place of non-judgment. over whatever purges, whatever comes up, and whatever you write down. You might have 5 pages of these horrible things that you believe about yourself, right? Some of them might not be horrible. They might just be things that are trying to protect you, right? And then, so then once you've done that, you've got this list and you feel like you've purged and written down all these negative commands that have been popping up into your mind, then what you're going to do is look at it and repeat after every single thought, every sentence, every limiting belief. Read it through and say, I'm not stupid, and put the word not in between. I am not this. I am not afraid. I am not capable of living an amazing life. I am not, and I want you to say it out loud. I am not, putting the word not in between every sentence that you wrote, every limiting and toxic command that you've uprooted. Write the word not. Say the word not as you read through it. Sorry, you don't have to write the word not. I just want you to say it out loud as you read through it, right? So you're going to take the meaning out of everything that you've written down by saying it out loud with the word not. And then take a fresh piece of paper, side by side, or however you want to do it, and write down in full sentence the new meaning, the new thought. So if you had a thought that I'm stupid, I'm not capable, you would first then read it over. I'm not stupid. I'm not capable. And then I am capable. I am intelligent. I am full of wisdom, and I am full of good information to share. I am full of success. I'm full of wisdom, whatever it is, right? The opposite. Total opposite. Okay, so you're going to make that list. You're going to crumple up the other shit that you'd written down, the shit limiting commands, the toxic commands. If you don't like swear words, I'm sorry. I swear a lot, and I love to swear. I honestly do. It just feels good. It just feels so good. Okay, anyways, you're going to crumple up the paper that you made of the limiting commands. You're going to burn it. I want you to burn it. You're going to lay it on fire. Be so careful when you do this because it's Mercury retrograde still. Right now it is. It might not be Mercury retrograde when you're doing this course or when you're watching this video, but right now it is. And so I just want you to be very cautious, very aware. Just pay attention. If you're burning something, you can also just soak it in water. You could put it in a bowl of salt. I don't know. We could rip it up and stomp on it and bury it. Whatever you want to do, just get rid of it, right? Just let it go. All that shit that you wrote down on that paper over those few days and all that stuff, those repressions and those suppressions that you've brought up, that's what the waning moon is all about. It's about detoxing, letting go. So this is how we're going to let go. We're going to clear your mind. So then the last step, and this will be getting close to the end of this cycle here, is I want you to make a recording of your new commands, of the new and opposite beliefs that you've told yourself now, that you've written out. I am capable, I am confident, I am loved, I am safe, whatever it is, right? And then I want you to record that into your phone. I want you to make yourself a voice note, and you're going to hypnotize yourself with it every night before bed. So starting on at the next week, we'll start to reprogram with those recordings. Okay, so you're going to make that recording, creating the affirmation, the opposite to what you wrote on the paper, and then record that. Listen to it every night. Okay, so that is all I have for you for today. And for the nutrition side of things, you will be detoxing. You'll be starting your detox, your monthly cyclic detox. So the detox happens during the waning moon, and the workouts, the lunar fitness workouts, are all about helping to release that stagnant emotion, helping to uproot the repression, helping to move through any stagnancy, creating space and openness within the body. So with the workout that goes along with this week, it will also help to aid in this process and move things along. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for trusting me to be your guide through this journey And know that the universe is by your side, and know that I love you so much, and I have nothing but respect and compassion and acceptance for who you are as a human being and for anything that you've been through. And if you'd like any further support through this process and through this journey, we can always work together one-to-one. That is an option that I have available as well. So if you're wanting a little bit more of one-to-one love, then we can definitely work that out as well. And if you just have any questions about this process or anything that you heard in this video that you're confused about, I want you to reach out to me. You can reach me on Instagram, you can reach me on Facebook, or you can reach me on Voxer. So I'd recommend that you download Voxer, and you can reach out to me with any questions anytime. I'm always available for my people, for my friends, and yeah, okay. So happy full moon, happy waning moon. If you are called to, I would definitely recommend that you also start to organize the shit that you see in your life. Like, organize, start looking at things to organize that you can clear out of your physical space as well, right? And you might be called to do that, but we will touch back in with the next session, which will be a week from today. And until then, happy purging, happy releasing, and you're going to feel amazing once it's all finished, okay? You can do this. You're strong. Your body's strong. You are strong. And you are so capable of so much more than you know. Your body is a powerhouse. Your body is self-healing. Your body is self-preserving. There is a meditation that goes with this as well that will help you to step into the belief that your body is a self-healing powerhouse, and will help to program it into your body, to recommand your body to know and learn and that it is so strong and it is so capable. Okay? So I'm sending you so much love, and have an amazing rest of your day.